Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Daniela, and if you're new here, I make up cycling videos, outfit from scratch and some basic tutorials for sewing. In this video, we will be seeing how did I make this bustier dress using a sari. I have created a similar dress and I have also uploaded the tutorial of that dress on YouTube in case you want to check that out. Though there are some differences in the back and as well as the cups which are being used and how they are sewn. So please watch this video if you want to know how did I make this dress. I will add the link of that dress in the description box below. Also it will pop up here. In this video we will be seeing how do we stitch this dress. The cutting part of the dress was already covered in another video and I will add the link of that video in the description box below and also that will also pop up here. So make sure that you watch that video before you continue with this video. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more videos. Now, without any further delay, let's get into the video.
So once you cut the pieces, it will look like this. This is the lining, this is the satin, and this is the net fabric. Okay, you have to wrap around your cup like this. How to do that? So first you have to stitch them together. So first thing that I will do is I will keep this right sides facing each other. Okay, this is one and this is another one. Okay, and then I will keep them on top of each other, right sides facing each other. Okay, and then go ahead and pin them. Do the same thing for the lining fabric as well, and then go ahead and stitch it. Once you have stitched it, to get a better look, you have to press the seam open of the cups. After that, take your lining fabric and keep it on the cup like this. Okay, you can see it's right side, again right sides facing each other. And then you have to go ahead and stitch it the upper part. Okay, once you have done it, it looks like this. And then cut out the excess fabric from the top. Then turn it on the right side and then stitch around the cup. Okay, and then after doing that, you have to go ahead and cut the excess fabric again. Then you need to take your main fabric and the right side of the main fabric should face the lining fabric, right side of the lining fabric. Okay, and then what you need to do is you need to go ahead and stitch the upper part. You need to align the midpoint of the main fabric with the midpoint of the lining fabric. Okay, and once you have done that, you need to stitch the upper side of the cup. After stitching the cup with the main fabric, there would be some excess fabric, so just go ahead and remove that excess fabric from the top. After that, turn the main fabric on the right side of the cup. So it will look like this. Okay? And then now you have to go ahead and stitch the corners of the cup with the main fabric. You can also pin it before stitching. Pin it, take it to the sewing machine and stitch it. Stitch it at the very corner, okay? And once you have done it, it looks like this. So our cup is ready. Now we'll move on to the bottom part of the bodice. Now for the bodice, I have already cut the pattern pieces and some loops, which I would need on the back side. So I have 3 pieces, one satin, one net, and the other one is the lining. Satin and the net fabric is the main fabric, so I will keep them on each other like this and I will iron them. Okay, so it will lay flat. Now this is the right side which you see. On the right side, I will keep my lining fabric so that the right sides will be facing each other. Now if you want to add straps, you can add it right now in between the lining fabric and the main fabric like this. Okay.
But I don't know about my straps, so I will do that later. So right now I'm just keeping the lining fabric and the main fabric facing each other. And then you need to stitch the top lines. Okay, there are 3 top lines, you have to stitch those. Now for the back pattern, what I have done is I have marked the notches. Okay, so I will know which side needs to be connected where. Now I will keep the fabrics side by side as how they need to be attached, and then I will attach the lining fabric separately and then the main fabric separately. You can see I am matching the notches with the notches and then I am pinning them. Okay, then I'll go ahead and stitch them. We need to also do the same thing for the main fabric, but before we do that we need to add the loops. Okay, as we have in the back. So I have these loops, so what I will do is I will connect them. Right now I have pinned them, so pin them, and then you need to keep your other main fabric like this, and then you need to go and stitch it. Do the same thing on the other side as well, and then once you have done it, it will look like this. Okay, now we need to go ahead and keep your lining fabric right sides facing each other on the main fabric. Okay, like this. And you need to stitch it on the top as we did for the front as well. I have also added channels in my front bodice. As you can see, channels are nothing but 2 parallel lines. Okay, in the channels we will insert the boning. And now we will attach the back side to the front. So for attaching the sides, we need to keep them first of all side by side, and then we will keep them right sides facing each other, lining fabric with the lining fabric and the main fabric with the main fabric. Okay, make sure you will pin them and then turn it on the right side to see if it is looking fine. Okay, now once you have pinned it, take it to the sewing machine and stitch it. Once you have stitched both the side, it will look like this, and now it's time to attach the cups. And this is how you need to attach the cups. Okay, first pin it and then stitch it. You can see how am I doing it, and you have to do the exact same thing. Do it for both the cups. It might be a little tricky if you're doing it for the first time, but you will get used to it. Once you have attached the cups, it will look like this. Now I'll go ahead and cut the excess fabric from the bottom if there is any. And then before attaching the bottom part, you need to add the boning. Okay, I have used plastic boning and I will be inserting the boning in the center front, then 2 below the cups, 2 on the sides, and that's it. Once you have added the boning, it will look like this. Okay, and then we can go ahead and attach the bottom skirt. So this is how the bottom part looks after you attach the net fabric with the satin fabric. So I will go ahead and mark the midpoint of this bottom skirt and also mark the midpoint of the bodice. Okay, in the bottom skirt there is no lining fabric. So mark the midpoints and then you have to keep them right sides facing each other, and midpoints should align. Okay, you have to align the midpoints and then pin them. Go ahead and pin the whole skirt with the whole bodice. Once you have pinned it, it will look like this. And you can see I will turn it on the right side now. And it looks like this. Now I'll go ahead and stitch it. Now we only have the back middle part open. So you have to go ahead and attach the zip. Okay, I have already created another video of how to attach invisible zip. Make sure you watch that. And once that is done, the only thing remaining is the cover up. Okay, so this is how the dress will look like once you stitch it, but I have attached this cover up. There was not a lot of coverage near the bust area, so that's why I've added this. I will tell you how to add this, but even if you don't add this, if you like how it looks, otherwise you can keep it as it is, but I have added it to get a coverage. Okay, so I will tell you how to make this. So it looks like this, by the way, once you wear it. So it's hardly visible that there is cup under it. So yeah. Okay, so for that what you need to do is you need to measure the distance, okay, between this point
and we can keep it like this, and then the other one, okay, which is coming to be 16. Okay, so I have the distance as 16. Then I will take a fabric. The width of the fabric should be whatever width you had. So I had 16, right? So I will take 16 plus some seam allowance. Okay, so mine is 17, 1 inch extra, so half inch on both the sides. Okay, and the length of the fabric should be 22 I have taken. Okay, so it should be at least 4 times of whatever is your upper bust to under bust measurement. Okay, so mine is 5, so that's why I have taken 5 into 4 is 20, so 20, more than 20, so it's 21 or 22. Okay, now what you have to do is, so this is how it looks. So you just have to go ahead and create pleats now. Okay, so basically like this. Okay, so once you have done it, it will look like this. So this should be, as I said, my upper bust to under bust measurement is 5. Okay, so it is 5. So this is fine. Okay, so basically now what you have to do is you have to stitch it, go and stitch the sides so that the pleats will stay in place, and then you just have to stitch it on the sides. Okay, so I have stitched it on one side. I have stitched it in red fabric. Don't stitch it with the red fabric. Stitch it with whichever color you are using. But I just wanted to show you how to stitch it, okay, basically, and how to attach it. So you can see this is not how you're going to attach it. Okay, ideally when you are attaching the sides together, that's when you're supposed to insert this. But I realized it later when I was done with my dress. So what I will be doing is, you should not attach it like this. Okay, like if I attach it like this, it's a little clear. So what you have to do is you have to keep it like this. Okay, like this, and then you have to go ahead and stitch it on this line. Okay, first I will pin it so I can show you how it will look like. Okay, I will be removing my red thread and stitching it again. Yeah, okay, so you can see I have pinned it now, and now when I will turn it on the other side, this is how it will be. Okay, this should be a little upwards, but okay, this is fine. Okay, so you can see that the red fabric is not visible now. So this is how you need to stitch it. You have to stitch it like this. Okay, so you can then turn it on the right side, and then go ahead and do the same thing on the other side as well. Okay, now I have also done the stitching on the other side. Other side also you have to do the same thing. You can't just go ahead and attach it like this. You have to turn it. Okay, you have to turn it, and then you have to stitch. So how will you do it now? So basically you have to do it like this. I will first pin one side at least. Okay, like this, and now I will just turn it like this. Okay, and now I will pin it. And then you have to take it to the sewing machine and stitch it. Okay, so this is how it will look like. You have to stitch a little bit up. Okay, I forgot to do that. So to stitch a little bit up, and once you do that, your dress will be ready. So this is how it looks like. Okay, and for the finishing of the bottom part, I have done the rolled hem. Okay, you can also do the rolled hem. For the net, you don't have to do any finishing. If you want, you can still twist it, but it will be a little stretchy, so it will not look good. Even if you don't do any finishing for the net, even if you don't hem it, it's fine. Okay, you can keep it as it is. And once you do that, your dress is ready.